Knicks in 6. I'm Alan Hahn. I'm with John Wallace. What's happening, J-Dub?
What's up, my brother? How you doing, man?
I'm good. All right, we're in the second half of the season. And you know something Tom Thibodeau always says, and you certainly know it. He was an assistant coach when you were playing for the Knicks. He talks about your impact on winning. So why don't we talk about his impact on winning on different aspects of this team? Let's talk about a few players. Let's start with the rookie, Immanuel Quickley. I feel like he empowered this rookie right out of the gate. That was important. The second of the 2 first-round picks, he saw him in the gym. He saw a gym rat, and he's like, I can relate to that. This kid's a gym rat. He loves to watch film. I mean, this is a match made in heaven. He's empowered the young fella, and he's playing really well for this team.
Immanuel Quickley's playing with an insane amount of confidence. First and foremost, the only thing I would say about Immanuel Quickley is I want him, and I'm sure Thibs and them are working on him. We're watching film, is being able to create more plays for other players when he gets in the paint. That's going to come with time. Once he starts, the game starts slowing down a little bit for him, as you know, Alan, he's going to make better decisions.
Right, and that's, of course, what they're working on with him, which is why the film aspect, the fact that the kid loves to watch film, and we know Thibs loves to watch film, you figure he's going to get better. That's why they believe in him. Another player, another impact on winning, RJ Barrett. In his second season, still the youngest player on the team. How about this, J-Dub? Averaging over the last 8 games, 22 points a game, shooting 50% from 3. This is what I like about how Thibs has worked with him. Because early in the season, he struggled from 3. He said, don't worry about it. Just get your 2s. Then hit a wall for a while after playing a lot of minutes. You saw he just didn't have a lot of energy. So Thibs said, let me bring back your minutes and we'll get you back into the fold, but never lost confidence in him. And now over the last 10 games, he has played great. So he's done a really good job taking the youngest player on the roster who's become a very important player in the rotation.
And as you know, Alan, it's all about avoiding that sophomore slump. Because, you come in as a rookie, everything's young and fresh. No one really knows you. There's no scouting report out on you. But then your second year, everyone knows that everything that you do well. They try to take those things away from you. And if you're able to still be successful, then you're a player. And he's definitely a player. Like you said, he's shooting lights out from 3-point range right now. Overall, he's playing great basketball. He's getting to the basket at will. He's finishing. He's at the line. He's scoring at all 3 levels now. He's forming a dynamic duo with our next guy we're going to probably talk about, I got to imagine, is going to be Randle, right?
Reading my mind. But I do want to add on RJ Barrett, he does also something else that Tom Thibodeau will demand, and that is he plays defense. I think a little bit underrated, too, the way he gets after it defensively. You're right, though. Another guy we got to mention when it comes to impact on winning and Tom Thibodeau's impact on him is Julius Randle. Thibs admitted that he wasn't sure about Randle, didn't really know what to expect. Maybe he could just be a piece and we can use him in a trade. And now he's like, no, this is my guy. Every coach needs a star. Every coach needs the one player that shows up every game where the other team has to worry about him. That's what Julius Randle became, and that's what he became with Tom Thibodeau's coaching. And let's also point out that Thibs has his guys that he brought into the coaching staff, but also Kenny Payne from Kentucky. I know, another Kentucky guy. You're not comfortable, but this is reality. AP has known Julius Randle for a long time. Those two got back together, and Randle found his game again, and Thibs empowered his assistant coach. And go ahead, you take care of that. We get him right, and you've got a guy that's averaging 20, 10, and 5, which no Knick has ever done for a full season.
That's amazing, and I think the work started with Randle in the summer. He cut a little bit more weight where he could play at high levels for long sustained periods of time, and it's showing on the court. And he was rewarded this year, rightfully so, by being named an All-Star. And the sky's the limit for him now. And the Knicks definitely have a cornerstone to build on, and someone who wants to be in New York. He relishes the opportunity to be in New York. He's not scared of it.
The last thing I think we got to point out when it comes to contributing to winning, impacting winning, and that is the Tom Thibodeau staple. That's the calling card. The defense, and we haven't seen defense like this, John Wallace, since you had the jersey on, since you were playing. And oh, by the way, the last time the Knicks were #1 in scoring defense and defensive field goal percentage with Jeff Van Gundy as the head coach. And you know who was assistant on that bench? Tom Thibodeau. So he was certainly part of it then. He's part of it now. But that kind of defense, that can still win. I know everybody's about offense in today's NBA, but when you have that foundation of defense, every night you have a chance to win.
Yeah, and it helps you win the ugly games, the games where you're not, getting off to a great offensive start. Even though the Knicks lost the game against the Nets on Monday night, their defense in holding the Nets, were a very high-powered offensive team, to 21 points in the fourth quarter, enabled them to get back into that game and make it a closer game than it should have been. And the Knicks have been able to hang their hat on the defensive end all season. They're leading the NBA in points allowed in a game at 105 points a game. You know, after being near the bottom of the NBA for, you know, all those years before Thibs came. So Thibs has definitely turned it around. And you got to have that one guy in the culture. It's just like how Jimmy Butler going to Miami was just such a perfect fit, right? Yeah. And Thibs and Randle are just a perfect fit, you know. And you can see they really feed off each other. He's bought into Thibs' system and Thibs' way of coaching and Thibs' way of thinking. And Thibs is like, I got a dog.
Yeah,
I got somebody who wants to go get it. And that's all you want as a coach.
You absolutely love it. You need that dog, but you also need that identity. And the Knicks have it. And Tom Thibodeau says, how do you impact winning? We just told you how he's impacting winning for the Knicks so far this year. That's Knicks in 6. Thanks for watching.